Hey guys, Kev here, and I have an unboxing to do for you guys. This is a knife that I have been very excited about. It is very hyped up in my mind, so I'd really like for expectations to be met. I've had, I wouldn't say disappointing, I've had a couple disappointing ones recently that you've either seen or haven't seen. But this knife is the Urban EDC Supply exclusive Ohlone Goat version 2. And I got the one in the green G10 inlay and plain titanium. So Ohlone Knives is a newer knife brand. I believe they started last year by a custom knife maker, Derek Costa. And he came out with, I believe, a model called the Shark, which is like a small little flipper. And then he came out with the Ohlone Goat. And that was the version 1. And it's Goat, not G-O-A-T, like greatest of all time. It's just Goat. He names them after, excuse me, the company Ohlone, or Ohlone, sorry, I think it's Ohlone. It is an Indian tribe, and I believe he has some ancestral connection to the Ohlone tribe, and that's where he got that name. And I believe he just names them after animals. I don't know if it has anything to do with the tribe or any of that. I don't have too much information on that, sorry. But he came out with the Goat, and it was originally made by Tuya Knives. It's a Chinese OEM. And he made it was plain titanium, and then it had carbon fiber inlays. It was either red carbon, not red carbon fiber, but like marbled carbon with red in it. And then there was one with blue in it, and I think there was just like regular marbled carbon fiber. And I absolutely loved that knife. I saw it first on Slicey Dicey's channel. I've seen Big Red's review. I've seen a few. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I really wanted one, but they were out of stock by the time I wanted to get one. And they haven't been back since. And it turned out he wasn't 100% pleased with the fit and finish that he got on the first version. So he wanted to have Riot be the OEM for the version 2. And he did that, and he did some prototypes I saw with carbon fiber and micarta and G10. And he ended up coming out with just models with G10. So you can get plain titanium handles with a green G10 or jade G10. That's what I got. Those are the Urban EDC Supply exclusives. Then there's a black titanium with red G10 inlays and backspacer. And then he also has plain titanium with orange G10, and I believe one with ivory or white G10. And he doesn't use the website anymore, I guess. So you just DM him on Instagram and ask, I want to buy one. What do you have available? When I bought this one, I asked him, and he said he still had the black with red, and he had the plain titanium with orange inlay. He doesn't have any of the white. And then you can get the green and the jade on urbanedcsupply.com. As of right now, they still have stock. So if you want to check it out. But that's kind of the background. I was really excited for it. And then it's been at least a year now, and I finally have got my hands on one. I would have preferred to get micarta or carbon fiber. I'm not a big G10 guy. Luckily, it's just the inlay, not the whole handle scale. But he told me, I chatted with Derek a little bit on Instagram, and he told me that Riot, they couldn't do micarta because the micarta was too thin for the inlay, and I guess they didn't trust it or whatever. And then the marble carbon fiber that I guess they were going to use had imperfections of some kind, and Riot wouldn't use that either. So he ended up going with just G10. So that's what I have here. I'm hoping it looks fine. But I am really excited for this knife. So here we go. We just have a little packing slip, and then out comes the knife. So right off the bat, I'm gonna say I am not a fan of this packaging. The original model, the version 1, came in a really cool, at least as far as I remember, it came in this really cool Ohlone like black case, kind of like Medford knives come in, like a little case you click shut and stuff. Man, that was cool. It was part of the reason I wanted it, was the case. So now I'm just getting a cardboard box. It's kind of eh. So we have Goat 6AL4V titanium green G10 Bowler M390 satin finish. And then knife Ohlone knives Goat MIC. Not sure what that stands for. MIC green. Kind of makes it seem like it should have been micarta, right? But it's G10. I don't know. But maybe this is how the Urban EDC one comes. And maybe the ones that come from him have different packaging. I don't know. But I do know it's made by Riot. So here we go, guys. Here comes the knife. So it's just wrapped in this thing. So I will say right off the bat, for packaging, I'm pretty disappointed. You couldn't even give me a padded pouch or something. I don't know. It seems weird. You don't get a microfiber cloth. This was $269. So I expect better packaging for that, to be honest. So I know it's not about the packaging, it's about the knife, but it's kind of, I don't know. Anyway, here she is. This is the Ohlone or Ohlone Knives Goat version 2. This is a thin knife, a small knife. I've been really into the bigger knives lately, but this is just one that I've always wanted. It is right hand only, but again, I'm starting to get over that just because I'm missing out on so many cool designs like CKF 520, Vero, Impulse. Like if I only bought and checked out knives that had a reversible clip, I would be missing out on so much good stuff. So I've just kind of started being okay with righty clips, depending on the knife. Some I still just won't. But yeah, so we have this plain titanium. We have the G10 inlay. I cannot feel the transition at all. That is really nice. Right here, where the transitions are, it is extremely smooth. They did a fantastic job with that. You can feel it on here, but that's because of the bolster lock. It's just how it works. We have a very minimal clip here, guys. Titanium milled clip. Very nice. One thing I'll say aesthetically off the bat is I really like the design, but it just seems like a lot of screws right here, right? You have 1, 2, 3 screws all in that little area. Seems like a lot for a knife that I feel like you could have had the pivot and 1 screw down here. But whatever. Centering is dead on. This geared backspacer is really cool. All right, here we go. First flip, guys. Oh, yeah, okay. So that really shot out of there. It's sharp, it's pointy. It's pointy and sharp, guys. These are technical terms, just so you know. I'm a master of technical terms. It is very lightweight. This thing can't weigh more than 2.5 ounces, I don't think. I would say 3 tops, but I have been handling a lot of heavier knives. Ergos, I can just fit all 4 on there behind the flipper tab. Very comfortable. I get a full grip. There's no jimping, which is good in this case because it's a gentleman's knife. I can get up here for good purchase. This feels really good. It is a bolster lock. So as a lefty, that is a plus because you don't have to worry about lock bar pressure all the way down here with your thumb when you're opening it. So let's release it, see how the action is. So we gotta break the detent there. Okay, so it's pretty stiff on the close. Hoping that breaks in a little bit, but I can kind of see because it's such a light blade. I mean, look at this thing. It weighs nothing. There's no blade plate. Yeah, it's really smooth though. and it's really crisp on the flip. There's no take up, no detent lash. It flies out of there. Wow, this thing is really nice, guys. I'm guessing a little KPL and playing with it, I'm gonna get this thing to shake shut relatively easily. I'm having a little trouble with the detent. Let's see where it breaks. So you have all this room right here. It's not a lot. And then right here is where it breaks, the detent. And then it closes. So I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with that. I think it's probably the flipper coming down on my thumb. It doesn't quite get past it. There it is. I don't know. I'll play with it. The detent is very nice. You can see when it sucks it in here. Check this out. It's very good. Nice click. Wow, I really like this, guys. It's a nice little guy. This reminds me of my EDC 1.5 a bit. It's that kind of gentleman's carry knife. It's fun to play with so far. It's a little bit tedious getting in there to release the lock bar because it's such a small bolster lock that you have to hit this area here. Because normally on a frame lock, I can kind of go anywhere and push over and disengage it, sorry. So here, see, this is a full frame lock. So I can push down here, and I mean, I'm not gonna go that far, but down here, right? I can push over and close it there. You don't have to be up in this area up here. You can be down here. Whereas on this knife, you have to be up here because that's only as far as that lock goes. So yeah, I'm having trouble once I get it past the detent, getting it closed. It keeps wanting to pop back open. So you really have to get past that and then shake it. So yeah, I really like this knife. It's a very cool design. I've really wanted to get one of these in hand. I still would love to get one in carbon fiber if I could. But I'm going to carry this, and I'll give you guys my first impression in a few days. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay sharp.